My friends, life is not gentle with everyone. There comes a moment in every life when the storms rage, when the winds of disappointment beat against the walls of our soul, and when we feel as though the very ground beneath us has given way. Life has a way of breaking us through loss, through failure, through betrayal, through pain. And when you are in that valley, when you are down on your knees with tears burning in your eyes, you begin to ask, why me? Why now? But hear me, being broken is not the end. Being broken is the beginning. The cracks in your life are not there to destroy you, but to let the light in. The breaking of your pride, the shattering of your comfort, the tearing down of false security, these are not punishments, but preparations. When life breaks you, it is shaping you. When life breaks you, it is stripping away what cannot last, so you may discover what will endure forever. Brokenness is not weakness. Brokenness is the birthplace of strength. It is in the ashes of defeat that the fire of determination is lit. It is in the silence of loneliness that you learn to hear the voice of truth. It is in the midnight hour of despair that hope becomes real. Do not despise the breaking. Do not run from it. Lean into it, and you will find that what you thought was the end is actually the doorway into a new beginning. You see, diamonds are formed under pressure. Strong trees dig their roots deeper in the storm, and souls are made great not in comfort, but in suffering. So when life breaks you, do not quit. Do not surrender. Rise. Rise from the floor. Wipe the dust from your face. Look your pain in the eye and declare, you will not define me. You will refine me. Your scars will not be your shame. They will be your story. Your failures will not be your chains. They will be your testimony. And your brokenness will not be your grave. It will be the soil in which greatness grows. Stand tall, even if you stand trembling. Move forward, even if your steps are small. For life may break you, but it cannot end you unless you choose to stay down. The power within you is greater than the pain around you. So when life breaks you, remember this, you are not finished. You are being remade. You are not destroyed. You are being strengthened. And when you rise from the breaking, you will not be who you were before. You will be stronger, wiser, and ready to walk into the purpose that was waiting for you all along. When life breaks you, it can feel as though everything has been ripped away. The air feels heavy, the days seem longer, and the nights are filled with thoughts that will not let you rest. You wonder if you will ever feel whole again, if the pieces of your soul can be put back together. But hear this truth. Rising after the breaking reveals true power. The strength of a person is not measured by how they live when everything is easy, but by how they rise when life has pressed them down into the dust. It is in those moments of brokenness that life tests us. Pain will whisper that you are finished. Failure will tell you that you are unworthy. Doubt will creep in and try to convince you that your best days are behind you. Yet, these voices do not define your destiny. They are only shadows, illusions that appear strongest when you are weakest. True power is born when you choose to rise, even when your knees are trembling, even when your hands are shaking, even when your heart feels too heavy to carry. Every scar you carry is not proof of your defeat, but evidence that you endured. Scars are the language of survival. They are reminders that what tried to break you failed to keep you down. When you look at those scars, you must not see shame, you must see strength. For the very thing that tried to destroy you became the reason you discovered how strong you truly are. You will come to understand that the breaking was not the end of your story. It was the chapter that prepared you for your greatest rise. Think of the seed buried in the soil. To the outside eye, it looks dead and forgotten, hidden in darkness. But in truth, it is being transformed. The weight of the soil pressing against it does not destroy it. It activates it. Roots begin to grow deep, and from the place of burial, new life emerges. In the same way, your breaking may look like the end, but it is only the beginning of something greater. The weight pressing against you is the very force that will help you grow stronger, deeper, and more unshakable than before. Rising after being broken is not about pretending the pain didn't happen. It is about using the pain as fuel. It is about turning weakness into wisdom and heartbreak into strength. You do not rise because you are untouched by hardship. You rise because hardship could not hold you captive. You rise because deep within you burns a light that no storm can extinguish. Every person who has achieved greatness has walked through seasons of breaking. They have faced rejection, failure, betrayal, and loss. Yet what set them apart was not that they avoided the storm, but that they rose after it. They refused to let the breaking define them. They turned the ashes of what was lost into the foundation of what they would build. And you too have that same power. You may feel weak, but strength is not the absence of weakness. It is the decision to move forward in spite of it. Do not let your broken moments convince you that you are finished. The world has a way of glorifying perfection, but perfection teaches us nothing. Brokenness teaches us resilience. Struggle teaches us courage. Rising teaches us power. When you rise after being broken, you rise with a new vision. You rise with a heart that understands compassion. You rise with a spirit that knows endurance. And you rise with the certainty that nothing, no pain, no loss, no failure has the authority to stop you. The truth is, you will be broken more than once in life. There will be seasons of disappointment and moments when your strength feels like it is slipping away. But each breaking is an opportunity. Each breaking is a doorway. Each breaking is the soil in which greatness can grow. You cannot control when the storms will come, but you can control how you rise after they pass. And every time you rise stronger, wiser, and more unshakable. You are not defined by what tried to break you. You are defined by the courage you show when you rise. When you wipe the tears from your eyes and take one more step forward, you are proving to yourself and to the world that you cannot be destroyed. That is true power, not the absence of pain, but the refusal to surrender to it. So rise even if you rise slowly. Rise even if you rise with scars. Rise even if you rise with trembling hands. For every time you stand again, you prove that life can break you, but it cannot keep you down. And with each rise, you discover more of the strength, the courage, and the greatness that has always been within you. For when life breaks you and you rise again, you will never be the same. You will be more. You will be unshakable. You will be unstoppable. You will know deep within that the breaking was not your ending. It was your awakening. And that awakening is where true power lies. My friends, every single one of us has tasted pain. Some carry the pain of loss. Others carry the pain of rejection. And many walk through the quiet pain of broken dreams. Life has a way of wounding us, sometimes when we least expect it. Pain does not knock on the door politely. It storms in uninvited and turns everything upside down. And in those moments, it feels like our identity is tied to our suffering. We begin to think, I am broken, I am weak, I am defeated. But let me remind you today, pain refines, it does not define. The trials that cut us open are not meant to label us forever. They are the fires that purify us. Just as gold must pass through the furnace to shine in its brilliance, your character, your courage, and your calling are refined through the heat of suffering. Pain is not the handwriting of your destiny. It is the hammer shaping your strength. So many people get stuck because they let pain define them. They allow the loss to define their worth, the betrayal to define their trust, the failure to define their future. But you are not your pain. You are not your past. You are not your wounds. You are more than the brokenness you carry. What breaks you today can build you tomorrow if you choose to see it as refining fire instead of a permanent scar. Think about it. Every scar you carry is proof that you survived something that could have ended you. That scar is not a mark of weakness. It is a reminder of resilience. The broken heart you endured taught you how to value love differently. The failure you suffered built humility and hunger for growth. The pain you walked through was not there to destroy you, but to sharpen you, to awaken parts of you that comfort never could. We live in a world that runs from pain. People want comfort, ease, and safety. But the truth is, nothing worthwhile grows in comfort. Strength is born in discomfort. Wisdom is forged in hardship. And greatness rises out of pain. You cannot become who you were created to be if you run from every trial, every heartbreak, and every storm. Pain will come whether you invite it or not. But the choice you have is this: will you let it define you, or will you allow it to refine you? Refinement is not easy. It requires surrender. It requires patience. It requires faith that the fire you are in is not forever, but for a purpose. When you look back on your life, you will not remember the times of ease as the moments that shaped you. You will remember the nights you cried yourself to sleep, but got up the next morning anyway. You will remember the setbacks that forced you to dig deeper, to fight harder, to believe stronger. You will remember how pain became the teacher that carved strength into your bones. Do not despise your pain. Do not curse it. Instead, let it teach you. Let it strip away pride, selfishness, and fear. Let it draw out courage, perseverance, and faith. You see, the same fire that melts wax hardens steel. Pain can melt you into despair, or it can harden you into strength. It all depends on how you choose to respond. Yes, pain hurts. Yes, it breaks us down. But pain also wakes us up. It forces us to look at what truly matters. It reminds us that life is fragile, time is precious, and strength comes not from avoiding storms, but from walking through them. Some of the strongest people you will ever meet are not the ones who avoided pain, but the ones who let it refine them into something unshakable. If you are hurting today, hear this: your pain is not your identity. Your brokenness is not your final chapter. You are not defined by what you lost, but by how you rise. The fire you are in is not to burn you out. It is to burn away what is not meant for you. You are being shaped. You are being prepared. You are being strengthened. So stand tall, even with trembling knees. Speak hope, even with a shaking voice. Move forward, even if all you can take are small steps. Pain does not define you. It refines you. And when you come out of this, you will not come out empty. You will come out wiser. You will come out stronger. You will come out ready for the next level of life. Remember this truth: diamonds are created under pressure. Steel is forged in fire, and you are strengthened in pain. You were not created to be crushed under the weight of suffering. You were created to rise from it. What was meant to break you will become the reason you are unbreakable. What was meant to silence you will become the fuel for your voice. What was meant to end you will be the very thing that launches you into purpose. Your pain is real. Your struggle is real. But so is your resilience. So is your strength. And so is your destiny. Do not let pain write the definition of your life. Let it refine you into the person you were always meant to be. Because pain refines, it does not define. And your story is not over. It is just being rewritten into something far greater than you ever imagined. Life has a way of testing every single one of us. No matter how strong, no matter how confident, no matter how carefully we build our lives, there comes a time when everything seems to fall apart. We face loss that shatters us, rejection that cuts deep, failures that leave scars, and moments of despair that make us feel as though we cannot take another step forward. It is in those moments, when we are broken, that we question our worth, our purpose, and even our future. But let me tell you this truth: brokenness is not the end, but the beginning. When life breaks you, it is not the final chapter of your story. It is the turning point. You may feel like your dreams are gone, like your strength has been drained, and like the road ahead has closed. But what feels like destruction can actually be construction. What looks like the end can become the doorway to something new, something greater than you ever imagined. You see, the breaking is not there to destroy you. It is there to build you into who you were meant to be. Think of a seed. Before it can become a tree, before it can rise toward the sky, it must be buried in darkness. It must crack open, break apart, and die to what it once was. Only then does life begin to grow from it. In the same way, your brokenness is not your grave. It is the soil in which greatness can take root. The very pieces of you that feel shattered are the pieces that can become the foundation of a stronger, wiser, more resilient you. So many of us fight against the breaking. We resist it, we fear it, we cry out, asking why life has dealt us such pain. But what if the breaking is the very thing you need to unlock your strength? What if the pain you feel is chiseling away what was never meant to remain? Diamonds are made under pressure. Gold is purified by fire. And people are shaped through trials. The moments you thought would end you may be the very moments that prepare you for your greatest purpose. When you are broken, you see life differently. Pride crumbles, masks fall away, and you begin to discover what truly matters. You learn humility. You learn empathy. You learn that the strength to rise is not found in pretending to be unshaken, but in admitting your pain and still moving forward. Brokenness teaches you what comfort never can. Comfort keeps you the same, but breaking transforms you into something new. And here is the beauty of it. What breaks you can also bless you. The same heartbreak that leaves you in tears can awaken compassion in you for others. The same failure that humiliated you can ignite a fire to work harder, to rise higher, to fight longer. The same loss that left you empty can teach you to cherish the people and moments that matter most. Brokenness strips away illusions and forces you to confront reality. But in that confrontation, you discover strength you never knew was within you. You may carry scars from the things that broke you, but those scars are not signs of weakness. They are proof that you survived. They are marks of battles fought and battles won. Do not hide them. Do not despise them. Let your scars tell your story. Let your scars remind you that you were tested, and though life tried to break you, you are still here, still standing, still fighting. The question is not whether life will break you. It will. The question is what you will do when it happens. Will you stay down, convinced that you are finished, or will you rise, even trembling, and take one more step? Will you let your pain bury you, or will you let it plant you? Because the difference between a seed buried in the ground and a person buried by pain is this: the seed chooses to rise. And so must you. No matter how heavy the weight on your shoulders, no matter how loud the voices of doubt, no matter how deep the wounds in your soul, You are not finished. You are in the middle of being remade. Brokenness is not your ending. It is your beginning. The very thing that was meant to crush, you can become the reason you stand taller. The very thing that tried to silence, you can become the reason your voice grows louder. The very thing that pushed you down can become the reason you rise higher. So today, I challenge you, do not see your breaking as defeat. See it as preparation. Do not see your pain as punishment. See it as purpose. Do not see your scars as shame. See them as stories of survival. Because when you begin to view brokenness this way, you will discover a strength inside you that nothing and no one can take away. Remember this, brokenness does not mean you are weak. It means you are being made strong. Brokenness does not mean you are finished. It means you are being transformed. Brokenness does not mean your story is over. It means a new chapter is just beginning. And when you rise from that breaking, you will not be the same as you were before. You will be wiser, stronger, braver, and more alive. Life may break you, but it will never destroy you, not if you choose to rise. So take courage. Stand tall, even if your knees shake. Walk forward, even if your steps are small. Because the best version of you is waiting on the other side of the breaking.